What an absolute shame. I knew this place had gone way downhill, but nowhere near as bad as it actually is after seeing the drone footage of the roof. I grew up in Alliance. My grandparents lived in Hemingford. Sorry. They always used to come down to Alliance like every other weekend or every 3 weeks. And we would make our trek over to Scotts Bluff to do shopping, because hey, they had a Kmart. Alliance didn't have one yet, and Kmart was the thing. And we always stopped by here for lunch, and I can't tell you how many meals as a kid I ate in this little cafe. My favorite was the open-faced roast beef sandwich dinner. Might explain my being 40 pounds overweight at the age of 56. But I had no idea that this place had become so run down. It finally closed up again. It closed and then it reopened after it was sold. And I think it closed down again sometime before 2006. I ate here once after it reopened, and I don't know, food wasn't really quite as good as it used to be. It seemed greasy. Granted, all I got was a cheeseburger and fries, but I remember the fries were soggy and cold. So it was nothing like the caliber of place it was in the 70s when it was Harry's Chef Cafe, or Chef Restaurant as the sign says. Yep, it's a damn shame. I can't believe this actually happened. And here's the motel. I never did have anything to do with this place. Never stayed here, never met up with any friends that were visiting that stayed here. So I don't know what the quality of the rooms was actually like. I do remember, though, back in the 70s, this place was always full. There were always cars here. So old Harry was making some money off of this, that's for sure. See one room here where the door is busted open. Actually, there's a couple of them. I'm not going in there because after seeing the drone footage of the roof, ain't no way. Yep, there's still furnishings in there. Maybe I'll get a little closer so this camera can see. Yep. Hey, look at dustpan. Somebody made an attempt to clean up in here. So sad. So incredibly sad. And what's even saddest of all is the short amount of time that it took this thing to fall apart. Not sure what that room is. Maybe it was a laundromat. It's definitely not a guest room. There's busted open doors over here as well. Obviously, little idiot vandals must think there's something in these rooms of value that they can take and ditch at a pawn shop. But I can't blame the disaster on them. Oh, that's nice. There's down power lines. At least they're down from the building and not from the pole. Not exactly sure what this was. Obviously, I'm gonna guess and say it was something that he stored a snow plow in for plowing the lot in the winter. Then a little utility building. That's just so terrible. I cannot believe what happened. And then there's this, the convenience store. I think this was probably the last thing to close down. It was actually open, selling gas, snacks, beer for the longest time after it was sold. But the owner kept getting stung by the state because they would do those little sting operations to see if your employees will sell to an underage person. And they did quite a few times. And I think the last time they did that was the end of the operation. There was a huge fine and they were forced to shut down. And he never did come back from that. Still full of appliances in there. Let's see, do the gas pumps show the last price? Yeah, $3.99 a gallon. Must have been during the Obama administration. Could have been. I don't know. $3.99 gas is about where it is now, and it wasn't this bad for the longest time. Let's see, what do we got up there? Guess there were offices upstairs. The other public restrooms out here. And then here was the big garage that actually serviced semis back in the day, back in the 70s. They said this was a good business when Harry had it. I mean, it was always busy. The guy had to have been making money hand over fist. Not sure where the tanks are. They did have above ground tanks, because I think when it reopened they could no longer use the in-ground tanks, and they had above ground tanks here, so those must have been sold off. What I think is actually kind of funny about it is shortly after it shut down, the big sign out front that said, Minatare Plaza, whatever, said it was for sale, and I believe the first price that I saw on the place was like $250,000, which I don't think it was ever worth that. Oh, look at this, they closed off, I forgot about that. They closed off the bays, the maintenance bays for the semis. But the longer the building sat for sale, the higher the price went up on that sign. And I think, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the last time I saw the sign, it said that I think the price was almost $400,000. I'm going, really? You've been trying to sell it for 3 years, if not more, and the sign, the sign shows a higher price. It's not like there was a big real estate boom or anything like that. there you have it. What's left of the Minatare Plaza. And you know, if you would have just trained your employees correctly to card people when selling alcohol, probably would have stayed in business for a number of years. Damn shame. Just a serious shame. That's all I have for this one. Anybody watching this video, if you have suggestions for other abandoned places in western Nebraska for me to do a feature on, leave a comment in the section below and I'll see what I can do about that. I've been really tied up, and this is the first chance I've had since I shot that church video, very first one for this channel. So that's all. Take it easy. Bye.